Have you ever pondered what it truly means to know yourself, to achieve self-realization? In the grand theater of life, there's a concept that has fascinated philosophers, spiritual gurus, and seekers of truth for centuries: the idea of self-realization. It's often portrayed as the ultimate destination, the pinnacle of human experience, where one truly knows oneself beyond the realm of mere intellectual understanding. Let's embark on a journey through the story of a man who had seemingly conquered the world. He had amassed wealth, power, and prestige, the kind of success that many dream of. Yet, despite his enviable accomplishments, he felt a profound emptiness within him, a void that his material possessions could not fill. This realization was a turning point, a spark that ignited his quest for truth. So, how does one embark on the journey to self-realization? Well, the journey is as varied and unique as we are. Some find the path through meditation, seeking solace in the silence within themselves. They sit quietly, away from the noise of the world, focusing on their breath, their thoughts, their existence. Here in the solitude of the mind, they find a profound understanding of their true selves. Others seek self-realization through introspection. They question their beliefs, their actions, their intentions. They challenge their perceptions and shed the layers of conditioning that have masked their true selves for so long. They dive deep into their minds, exploring the hidden corners, confronting the shadows, embracing the light. In this process of self-analysis, they find their true selves, unmasked and unveiled. But self-realization is not always a solitary journey. Some find it in the act of selfless service, in the act of giving without expecting anything in return. It's in this act of selflessness, in the act of extending a helping hand, that they find an intimate connection with their true selves. Let's take the example of a woman who found her path to self-realization through service. She dedicated her life to helping others, to easing their suffering, to bringing a smile to their faces. She was a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in despair. She didn't seek recognition or reward. Her joy was in the act of giving, in the act of love. In her journey, she discovered something profound. She realized that her true self was not separate from the rest of humanity. She was not an island, isolated and detached. She was a part of the ocean, connected to every wave, every ripple. Her joy, her sorrow, her hopes, her fears were not just hers. They were shared by all. She found her true self not by looking inward, but by reaching outward, realizing that she was a part of something much larger than herself. The path to self-realization is not always easy, is it? The journey to self-discovery is often riddled with hurdles. Distractions are a common challenge. The world around us is a buzzing hive of activity, information, and entertainment. It's easy to get lost in the noise and lose sight of our inner quest. Then there are the setbacks. Not every meditation session is a blissful escape. There are days when the mind refuses to quieten, when the worries of the world sneak into our sacred space. These are the times when self-realization feels like an impossible dream. The struggle to stay committed is perhaps the most daunting of all. It is a test of our resolve, a battle against our own wavering mind. Consider the story of a meditation practitioner who grappled with this very challenge. He was enthusiastic at first, setting aside time each day for his practice. But as days turned into weeks, his commitment wavered. He found it hard to maintain consistency, often skipping sessions or rushing through them. But he didn't give up. He acknowledged his struggle and decided to face it head-on. He began to see his inconsistency not as a failure, but as a part of his journey. And then something remarkable happened. He started to experience a deep state of awareness, a profound connection with his inner self. Despite the challenges, he persisted and found that the struggle was a part of the journey, an essential step towards self-realization. And what happens when we finally achieve self-realization? Let's delve into the story of a spiritual seeker named Arjun. For years he wandered, seeking wisdom from the highest mountains to the deepest caves. He yearned for a profound peace, a sense of fulfillment that seemed elusive. But one day, after years of relentless quest, Arjun discovered something extraordinary. He found a deep sense of tranquility, an unfathomable peace that flowed like a serene river within him. This was not a fleeting moment of joy or a temporary state of euphoria. It was an enduring peace that remained unshaken by the storms of life. This peace, this fulfillment, was the reward of self-realization. It was the profound understanding of his true nature, the realization of his own divinity. It was the discovery of a treasure he had been carrying within him all this while, a treasure more precious than anything he had sought in the outer world. Self-realization is not an acquisition, but a revelation. It is the unveiling of our own inner light, the awakening to our own innate wisdom. And this awakening brings a profound sense of fulfillment, a deep peace that surpasses all understanding. He found that all the answers he was seeking were within him all along. He had realized his true self,